Good morning, everyone, and I want to welcome you to Tabor 100 Hub and to thank you all for being here this morning for this announcement of Comcast announcing the $3 million in grants to local and small businesses. And I want to thank Comcast for realizing the importance of partnering with small businesses to help the businesses with entrepreneurship, growing their business and things. It's very important that we have partnerships with our local community and with people like Comcast to help small businesses. I want to acknowledge our mayor, Bruce Harrell, our the acting executive director, executive. Oh, I'm looking right over you. Hi. And I want to acknowledge my staff that's in the room, Tabor 100 staff that's here with us this morning. You all want to stand? And with that, I am going to introduce, coming up next is Marianne Bixel.
Thank you so much, Ollie. I'm just delighted to be here at Tabor 100, just such a great space. I'm Marianne Bixel, Vice President for External Affairs at Comcast Pacific Northwest. I want to thank our speakers, Mayor Harrell, thank you so much for joining us today, and King County Executive Shannon Braddock, Rachel Smith from the Chamber, and our former Comcast RISE recipients. I also want to recognize our Comcast RISE partners here today, including the Greater Seattle Business Association, Tabor 100, the Seattle Chamber, the Bellevue Chamber, and the Seattle Southside Chamber. Thank you all for your shared commitment to supporting our small businesses in King County. So Comcast is deeply committed to our communities in Washington State. We know that the heart and soul of any community is the small businesses. They are the ones that help us thrive. They employ most of our employees in King County, and we cherish that they are so vibrant, and we want to make sure that continues. So Comcast RISE started during the pandemic. We knew that small businesses were struggling during that time. So since 2021, we have awarded over $2 million in cash grants to 200 small businesses and another 600 businesses that you're going to hear from today, some of them, received other types of awards. So they got packages for technical makeovers, promotional support, consultations. So that's not enough. We're doing more. We're announcing today that we're going to do even more. So today, it's not $2 million. It's closer to $4. Our program has evolved. We used to have, the cash grants was one application, and then if you wanted the technical makeover, it was a different application. So we're making it simple. It's one application, and you are eligible for all of those services. So this starts tomorrow, May 1st and through May. Small businesses in King County can go to comcastrise.com and start the application process. There'll be 100 winners that will be announced in August. But through the month of May, we need your help to spread the word. We love you, our promotional partners, to get out from the Chamber, from GSBA, from Tabor 100, to get the word out, because we want to make sure that every small business in King County has an opportunity to win these awards. So the success of it depends on you. We're going to do everything we can to get the word out, but we're asking you today to help us do that. And so I'm honored here to bring up Seattle Mayor Harrell to help us get the word out.
Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you, Marianne.
I was so excited about this news. I was trying to get off the bench and get in the game here, Marianne. Comcast RISE. Really excited about it. Here in the county, under the leadership of King County Executive Shannon Braddock and the King County Council, and here in the city, we have a choice as to deciding who are our partners in our community with our dollars. Comcast is a strong partner. I want to ground us in a quote. The American economy is built on small business. That was from President John F. Kennedy. So when I look at this program, Comcast RISE, and I see the real dividends that is paid through these small businesses, it's impactful, particularly in a country that is in crisis. Right now, the discussions of small business and equity, inclusion, and diversity, and tariffs. I got to tell you a funny story. I was at a middle school last week talking to the kids. I'm thinking, they're going to ask me about basketball or something. These are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. They asked me about tariffs. I kid you not. 2 or 3 questions on tariffs. I didn't even know what a tariff was when I was that age. Thanks to Comcast RISE, 100 small businesses in Seattle throughout King County will receive not just monetary grants, but other resources like technology, upgrades, marketing support, technical assistance. Between 2020 and 2022, more than 600 small businesses in Washington received free marketing and advertising assistance, technology makeovers through Comcast RISE. This is real work. These are real investments. I want to thank Marianne and the entire Comcast team for partnering with us to bring this opportunity back to Seattle and King County. This is huge. The benefit of small businesses owners specifically and our local economies at large. When small businesses succeed, we all succeed. They hire from communities and recycle dollars in communities that matter. Sometimes small businesses, you can make an excuse, and small businesses will meet you halfway. They will put in their time and effort. When I had run a small business, I always made sure everyone was paid before me, and as small business owners knows exactly what I'm talking about. You worry about how your own employees will eat and pay their bills. That's the risk you take. And so when Comcast recognizes that they are putting their skin in the game with this type of assistance, all boats rise. They are the heart of our neighborhood, small businesses, and the engines of our economy. And that's why a few things that the city of Seattle are trying to do in partnership with this kind of program. This is why it's so meaningful. In 2023, you may recall I issued an executive order expanding contracting equity and access to WIMBYs, and we created the Liberty Project. And right here at Tabor, quite candidly, this is where the magic happens, where we bring small business together, break bread together, help each other out with resources, talk about strategic planning. We talk about increasing revenues for small businesses from underrepresented communities, particularly Black-owned businesses as well. 45 businesses have been supported since launching the Liberty Project. The city spends more than $200 million annually with WIMBYs for consulting services and contracting for public works. And this is the city of Seattle side. I'm sorry, Comcast RISE, I'm bragging about you, but I got to hum a few bars of what we're trying to do here at the city. It's in my notes. We spend about $200 million annually with WIMBYs for consulting services and contracting for public works. And the executive order I issued in 2023, we clearly made it a priority to expand contracting, equity, and access for WIMBYs. And so we're doing this work in our Office of Economic Development. We offer free accounting and business consulting. Last year, we provided over 3,000 hours of free services. I think many of you know our capital access program, which is really meaningful, where we'll pay down up to 20% or up to $30,000 on qualifying business loans from participating community lenders. You know about our tenant improvement program, our business community ownership fund, where small businesses, we will assist you in actually buying the property that you're in. And now we're talking about generational wealth and investment in the communities. Our storefront repair fund, we issued 800 grants. So I say all that to say this. For us to be the city and the county, got Shannon over here, always got to put the county in. For us to be the city and the county, to be great. But I always talk about, greatness doesn't look back. You hardly hear the term greatness and again in the same sentence. Muhammad Ali didn't say, "I'm the greatest," again. Michael Jordan is the greatest, again, no. Greatness looks forward. It always looks forward. Onward, upward, and forward. It rises. So with Comcast RISE program, we are indeed honored that you've chosen to look at these small businesses in our community and invest in them. We will meet you more than halfway. We will do our part to promote small businesses. The small businesses themselves, these entrepreneurs, are nothing less than phenomenal. So thank you, Comcast RISE. I feel really, really good about it. Excited about it. This is my excited face. And with that, I present to you our King County Executive, Shannon Braddock.
Mayor. Thank you. This is also my excited face because I love a good news event, and this is a good news event. So thank you, Mayor Harrell. It is awesome to be surrounded today by so many champions of small business. I want to thank Tabor 100 for hosting us. Thank you, Mayor Harrell. While you were bragging on Seattle-specific things, I want to acknowledge Mayor Harrell and the City of Seattle have always been committed to regional economic growth and the growth of small businesses region-wide. Great, great partners in that way, so thank you. And to our partners at Comcast, Marianne and team, thank you so, so much. Supporting our small businesses and entrepreneurs in such an amazing way. This is one of those great examples of something wonderful that came out of something that, well, really sucked, COVID. But what an amazing program that came out of that, and way to take advantage of that opportunity and grow something so rich and powerful for our communities. Because we know small businesses in King County are more than economic engines. They are the connective tissues of our neighborhoods. They spark innovation, they create jobs, and they really reflect the rich diversity of our region. But we also know that too often the resources to support those small businesses are harder to reach for some communities. And so this program helps to create more equitable distribution in that space. And that is a core part of our economic strategy at King County. So through our Office of Economic Opportunity and Creative Economy, and I want to acknowledge Ashton Allison, who's here today from our office, we work hard to make sure entrepreneurs have access to the tools that they need to grow. Whether that is resource navigation or creative industry investments, workforce developments, connections to funding opportunities, just like this one. We know that building a thriving small business ecosystem requires partnership. So we work closely with folks like those here in this room. Tabor 100, GSBA, Seattle Southside Chamber, Greater Seattle Partners, Workforce Development Council, the Greater Seattle Chamber, Metropolitan Chamber, so many others. We help to provide hands-on support and resources to local small businesses. And this is expanding that amazing network of support even further. It's about more than just grants. It's about investing. It's about investing in the dreams of our small business owners, making sure that they have every opportunity to thrive. It's about recognizing that when we lift up our small businesses and local entrepreneurs, we are strengthening our communities, we are strengthening our economy, and we are creating a more strong and powerful future for all of us, a shared future of prosperity. So, together, with our public, private, and community partners, we will build a more inclusive and resilient economy where every entrepreneur can thrive. Again, I want to thank Comcast for your leadership. Thank you all for believing in the power of small businesses. And it is really awesome to be here to celebrate. Thank you so much. I am delighted to introduce a great partner in that work, the Metropolitan Chamber President and CEO, Rachel Smith, also a wonderful friend. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Smith, and I am the President and CEO of the Seattle Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce, and we are thrilled that Comcast RISE has returned as an opportunity for our small businesses in King County. I want to thank King County Executive Braddock, Ollie, Marianne Bixel, Mayor Harrell for your presence and your support today. And I can't wait to hear from our small businesses here in just a few minutes. So when it comes to small businesses, we all know the challenges they have faced. We've seen it in the headlines, the closure notices, and the boarded up storefronts. And we know some of the major contributors. It's lasting effects from the pandemic, inflation, and waves of supply chain and hiring challenges. So we know the challenges, but we also know what our small businesses need. They need their needs considered in public policy decisions. That's something that our public officials can do. They need advocacy, technical assistance, and things that can help lower their costs, like access to pooled insurance programs. That's something that chambers and organizations like Tabor 100 can do. They need customers. They need employees. That is something that our community members can do. And sometimes they need additional cash resources or technology services to weather a challenge, to grow their business, or simply to get a leg up. And that is something that Comcast is committed to doing. That's why the Chamber is so thrilled to be partnering with our member company, Comcast, to help our small business members get connected to this opportunity. So we will be reaching out to small businesses through all of our channels, online, through our events, the media, and word of mouth. And as Marianne said, Comcast has made it so easy now to submit an application. There's really no reason not to do it. So if you know a small business who you think would fit the bill, please send them our way. Businesses give back to their community in so many ways, and every single one of them is important. But we love to see how Comcast has chosen to give back, investing in making the entire business ecosystem stronger, and that makes everybody stronger. Comcast is serious about being part of the solution, and they are putting their money and their services where their mouth is. And now to tell you some personal stories, the people we really want to hear from, I'm delighted to welcome up Claire and Twin, former Comcast RISE recipients, to tell their stories. Come on up, ladies.
By the way, this is how small business we rely on each other. I was gonna say, can we hold hands and come together? Hello, thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Claire Suma Diveria, the founder of Belden Cafe and also of Bellevue City Council. Like many of you, my journey as a small business owner hasn't been straightforward, especially as a minority woman, also mother of single mom of 3 young children. And this navigating this uncharted waves before and possibly ahead of us right now. When I received the grant, which was introduced by Intentionalist to me, it wasn't just a financial support, it was a validation. The grant allowed us to modernize our technology system and develop a strategic marketing campaigns I simply could not afford on my own. With a special enterprise like Belden, we provided job force development for marginalized group. We work with 30 different charity partners, support, give back in order to create a more inclusive community together. But this improvement was not luxury. It was essential tools for us, our sustainability that we have to face each day. What makes this special is recognizing business like ours, not just as an economic entity, but as a community hub that can create ripple effects of how much we love back and then give back together. With enhanced technology has been a life-changing experience, giving our participants who has very small English skills with digital skills, and then also our refugee staff have the capability to understand how to live in the new country with safe and sound future ahead. Well, but none of this is not gonna be recognizable and also possible without this grant. With this year, I was just announced that I was on the James Beard Award policymaking cohort. I just found out yesterday. Thank you. So these are the collaboration we do together. And with the city, with the county together, we are making big differences. And with this grant, we're gonna be saving lives together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was so great. Thank you so much, Bella. And also, you know, it is really about doing it all together. Like, we have each other's back. We all have each other's backs. So thank you, everyone, for being here today. Hello, everyone. My name's Twin, co-owner of Drag and Drop Creative, a design studio based in Seattle's Chinatown International District. So first off, thank you to Comcast RISE for this incredible support and for also bringing back this grant. It's much needed for this, for you know, now. This grant gave us more than just funding. It gave us fuel. We were able to grow into a bigger space upgrade our gear, and create more opportunities for artists, creatives, and small businesses in the neighborhood. Not only, oh hey, so much support, yeah. Not only are we a creative studio, but we also organize the CAD block party in Chinatown, and it's all volunteer run by people who live in the neighborhood, who are small businesses, and we are able to support about 100 different vendors. People who are doing pop-ups, people who are dabbling in like crafting and aren't able to commit to a full office or a space yet. We were able to bring in about 5,000 people to the neighborhood that also spent money in their local economy, in the neighborhood, at these small businesses. And so this grant was able to give us that cushion to be able to do things like that to help the people in our community. So when our business like that gets support, that impact multiplies, right? We hire local, we shop local, we invest that right back into our community. So it's not just about us. It's about keeping our neighborhood vibrant, creative, and resilient. This grant gave us the breathing room and momentum to keep going and to keep giving. So we're so grateful to be a part of the program that truly sees the power of small business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for telling your story, Claire and Twin. That's the magic right there. This program, Comcast RISE, is changing people's lives. It's for our community, it's for our economic growth, and it does, on a very personal level, change people's lives. So with that, I'm going to conclude this press conference and say, spread the word, and get people online tomorrow to apply for this grant. Thank you so much.